Hi everyone, it's Lisa here and welcome to the 7th and final video in this series. So we've been doing this for a week, which I am so excited about. I really love the idea that Bettina gave me this idea to do this video series, and we've gone into a lot of depth on a whole bunch of items, whether it's tools or items that we're going to put our art journaling on, to mediums, to paint, to color. I really thank Bettina for giving me this idea for this series. So thank you so much, Bettina. And as well as thank you everybody who has commented over the last little while by helping everybody come up with ideas for other things that you can use under each of the subjects that we talked about. And thank you for the kind comments and for all the new subscribers that have joined in. So thank you so much. So with that being said, we are going to jump into kind of like, this is like either however you want to look at the starting or finishing or things that you can put into your art journal that kind of don't fit all the other categories. So this is kind of like, I don't know, play. This is kind of thinking outside the box. This is adding texture. This is, I don't know, just adding background, depth. It's all everything. So with that being said, there's a lot of things that I have used that, I'm hoping that you can use as well. I don't have anything with me, but you could use fabric. I don't have any fabric in here right now, but you could cut strips of fabric and glue them down, and that's going to create a lot of texture. You could also use lace, which I don't have any with me right now on me. That is going to create a lot of texture and background. Even punched out strips of paper on a background are going to create a lot of texture. So with that also, I have this with me. This is tissue, and this is actually what I get when I get like packages from either supplier or people that I buy stuff on from online. I have it in a whole bunch of different colors, and I usually use this if I want to create a lot of like kind of bulky, kind of rimpled and crumpled up texture in the background. This is really fun stuff to use. You can also use this to stamp images on if you're worried about, kind of having a stamp that's not going to be perfect. You could use, which I don't have right here right now, but you could use white tissue paper, stamp on it and glue it down, and it'll be in the exact spot. It'll be a perfect image. You can control where you put the stamp. That's another thing you can do with the tissue paper. Kind of along the tissue kind of line is napkins. I got these from the dollar store, and I just want to kind of show you don't throw anything away. This is the really bad thing of being in art journals. You never throw anything away, but you get like something like this, and what I like to do is when you separate it, you get this piece, which you can also use for like almost like a tissue paper. And if you kind of like rub your hands, you can peel away a second layer of tissue paper. So I now have like a coffee design tissue paper, which when you glue it down, wherever it's clear, it's going to kind of look like it faded into the background. So that's a really nice thing to do with napkins. If you see some really pretty ones, or, somebody had some, you can stuff them in your purse and use them on your art journal, or even from a restaurant, if they have like really cool printed designs. You can even see there's kind of like a really faint design on this one. You could totally use it again. So that's what you can do. Also use is kind of like tissue paper, same sort of effects. Even plastic bags, plastic bags. These garbage. Can I talk today? These really brown paper bags, you can use those as well for background images. It's going to give you like you could just glue the whole thing down and you would now have like a whole brown background versus a white background. So that's something else that you could use. I have used my receipts from my art journaling into my art journal. Like, this is all like craft supplies that I have bought, and I've used that into my art journaling. Nothing goes to waste. I feel like it's just adding part of it into the background. The other thing I want to explain is, because I am a scrapbooker, I have an exorbitant amount of scrapbooking paper. So most definitely you can add paper. This is the print shop one, which is very artsy. I just had it on my desk, so no reason why I had it out other than it was just there. So, but you could definitely use scrapbooking paper into your art journal pages. One of the things I wanted to mention is, I always feel like crafts go hand in hand. Like, they always kind of lead into one another. So here's kind of where the bridge between the two mediums or hobbies has combined, is how I feel. You can most certainly use your leftover scraps from your layouts and stuff like that into your art journal pages. Jessa goes a long way. So you could do that, as well as any leftover alphas. Like, this is an October afternoon mini market alphas, and you can see like there's hardly anything left. I can't make anything out of here. And these are really nice for just adding little touches or hints of alphas in the background. So that is something else. Here's another little alpha that's almost used up. Again, you know, a little bit of stickers goes a long way, so you don't need much. The other thing is, I have a whole bunch of patterns that are not my thing. I don't sew. Well, I hardly sew. I'm not good at sewing. And like, even just the book from the sewing pattern, like how to sew it, you could use those in there. You can actually use this little girl and cut her out and put her on a pattern. I used up the whole sewing pattern itself, so I can't show you that. I actually used that in a whole art journal. These are printed paper bags that I have used in art journals, so those are some other things. It looks like trash, but really it's all a matter of how you look at it. Book text. Let me just show you. I do have, these are like leftover, not leftover, these are old stickers from the Cavallini company. And I have used these in art journals as well. And they're just like stamps and vintage letters and stuff like that. So I've used any like old sticker. Let me just find some other stuff here. There is wallpaper. Yes, this is textured wallpaper. You can use that in your art journaling, and it's going to create a massive amount of texture really quickly. So something like that. The dollar store has become my friend. So even at Halloween time, I purchased some of these the Day of the Dead tattoos. I actually have a video on how I use these, but you can use these on the Donna Downey stamps, and they look amazing. So I do have a video on that one. I'll try to remember to link it below. So there is kind of like stickers that you can find from the dollar store. These are vinyl letters. They're stickers that you can put down. I think they use them for like, I don't know, like little signs for shops and stuff like that. I found these at not Hobby Lobby, like Lowe's, I think is where I found them. So they're just like for signs. They were like $2. So something like that. If you don't have any alphas or anything like that. A dictionary, an old dictionary. I have one dictionary which I use for Scrabble, which I will never ever desecrate. That is my Mom's and My Bible, or Bible. My Mom's and My dictionary for Scrabble, and I won't touch that one. So, but I did have this old one from school that I just ripped the pages out of, and I use that for backgrounds for you know, for my pages. Old books. I saw a lady, she finished reading The Hunger Games, so she was ripping pages out, and she used that. Washi tape also can add a lot of kind of texture to your background, or you can even just use it in your art journal. This is drywall tape, I believe. So there's like this drywall tape, and it's got this kind of mesh pattern into it. You can use something like that. I know there's the drywall tape that has the circles in it. I can't find that one, but I'm on the dire hunt, I'm telling you. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else in here. Tissue paper. Tim Holtz has some really, really nice tissue paper. This is just a hunk that I ripped off of the roll. So there's like the music note one, there's a text one, and there's also like, I think this is like the stuff that you get out of the, like for the cabinet liners, this stuff. So there's a lot of things that you can use if you just kind of like thought outside the box, that you can put into your art journal to kind of add texture or add background or anything like that. The other thing I want to mention is my friend Wendy has a Mix Your Media kit. And I just have to throw it out there because if you are not 100% sure on what to put into your art journals, or you don't have anything, if I showed you all this and you're like, but Lisa, I seriously don't have anything to put into backgrounds for my art journal, Wendy has a very, very price effective or cost effective, or however you want to say it, Mix Your Media kit. And let me just see, is this one? This is some of the stuff here, sorry. I think this is the February one. And I was the designer for her March one, or her guest designer, so I just want to give you kind of like a little bit of understanding that I have used the products, I really like them. So I just kind of want to give you that disclaimer that she is my friend, and you know, she has an online store, but I really like what she puts together. So these are just some sample of things that she puts in there. So she has like this zipper. There's like this measuring tape. There's like all these little tags in here, shipping tags and like little ephemera tags. Pattern, like scrapbooking paper, ephemera, you know, dictionary text. Like everything's just kind of put there for you, little string. Everything is just kind of put in there for you. So if you're not sure and or don't have anything, again, she ships to Canada and the US, and she has a reasonable kit, and it goes on sale, I believe, on the 1st of the month, so, or on the 29th of the month. I can't remember for sure, but I'll leave a link to her website below so you can check that out, and that's just kind of another thing that you might want to look into. So with that being said, I hope that gives you some ideas for things that you probably already have in your stash to use on your art journal pages. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in for the 7 days for getting into art journaling. And I hope all of you are inspired to either start or are interested in attempting a page. So I am going to schedule a Google Hangout or a Ustream event so we can do an art journal page together. I'm going to, over this week, just kind of look over some things that I have in my stash that you might possibly have in your stash. I will have a supply list, a picture of the page that we are going to kind of work on. And if you are interested, I will leave the link code so that way you guys can join in, and I'll have all the information there. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up very, very soon. So thank you guys so much for hanging in there for those 7 days. I really appreciate it. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And thank you guys again, and I will see you soon. Bye.